Hey guys, I'm George. This is the Obsidian Series 1000D Super Tower PC case. It is the biggest and most feature-rich case Corsair has ever made. So you might ask, why did you guys build this ridiculously huge PC case? It's not just because it's cool, it actually has a purpose. You can actually build 2 full systems inside this case at the same time. So if you were streaming, you can game on one system and capture that video and stream it out on the other system. So in your room, you no longer need 2 full desktops. The primary motherboard tray is compatible with up to an extended ATX motherboard with 8 expansion slots. Some of those slots can be rotated so you can actually have a vertical GPU mount if you want. The secondary motherboard tray is integrated into the PSU shroud and actually includes 2 expansion slots and a mini ITX compatible mount. But don't worry, we didn't forget about you liquid cooling guys. All of our Obsidian series cases have been built with liquid cooling in mind. In front of the case, there's room for 2 480mm radiators. And on top, there's room for a 420mm radiator. In the rear, there's room for 220mm or 140mm fans and a 240mm radiator. One of my favorite features of the Obsidian Series 1000D are the slide-out radiator trays. They make it easier than ever to install fans and radiators to build up a liquid cooling system. The front and top trays come out and actually can be completely replaced. By default, they have 4 120 or 3 140s. And if that weren't enough, you can go to Corsair.com and buy new radiator trays that have 8x120, 4x120, 3x140, or even 2x200mm fan compatibility. So you can customize this thing however you want. The Obsidian Series 1000D comes with a Corsair Commander Pro, which allows full software control of cooling and lighting. Through iCUE, you can control your RGB fans, you can control the logo and the I/O panel RGB, and you can set up fan profiles. So if you want to optimize your system for quiet operation or high performance cooling operations, you can do that with a click of a button. So when you install all the motherboards and all the fans and all the systems and all the stuff that's in this case, you might be thinking, what about my cables? I have no cable routing skills at all. It's gonna be a nightmare. We actually thought about that. We put these French doors on the rear of the case that allow you to conceal your cables. So no matter how bad those cable routing skills you have are, it's gonna look nice and clean. And also behind those French doors are 8 SSD mounts and 5 3.5-inch mechanical drive bays. Our Obsidian series cases are known for their monolithic good looks, and the 1000D is no exception, with a tempered glass front panel and 2 huge swing-out tempered glass doors for easy access. The I/O panel has the connectivity for both systems right on the front of the case, with 4 USB 3.0 and 2 USB 3.1 Type-C connectors to go to both motherboards. The power and reset for System 1 is on top, and the power and reset for System 2 is in the back. And the I/O RGB backlighting is completely controllable through iCUE software. Dual power supply mounts, including an SFX power supply for the mini ITX system, pre-drilled radiator and reservoir mounts just about anywhere you look, and cable routing cutouts and tie downs all through the case. This feature list reads like a phone book, guys. Check.
The updated NZXT H series improves upon the performance, connectivity, and overall design of our most popular cases. The new models include the H710 and H710i, H510 and H510i, and the H210 and H210i, ranging from mid-tower, compact mid-tower, and mini ITX cases. The tempered glass window beautifully showcases your build and now installs with a single captive thumb screw, making it easier than ever to access components. We've modernized the front I/O panel with a Gen 2 compatible USB-C connector, enabling you to connect smartphones, external storage, and peripherals to your PC. The audio connections have been updated to a single 3.5mm jack for broad compatibility with audio output devices. AirF fans are included for optimal internal airflow with removable filters on all intakes to help reduce dust in your build. All models include removable fan and radiator mounting brackets for radiators up to 240mm for the H210, up to 280mm for the H510, and up to 360mm for the H710. This simplifies installation of closed loop or custom loop liquid cooling by allowing you to install them to the bracket outside of the case. Our patented cable routing system makes organizing your cables simple, intuitive, and attractive. The Smart I versions feature pre-installed RGB lighting and digital fan control, the new Smart Device version 2, updated with a faster processor for improved performance and 2 Hue2 compatible RGB channels. The Smart Device version 2 is fully integrated with CAM for total control of preset and custom lighting modes, as well as 3 fan channels supporting voltage regulated or PWM fans. By measuring system noise under multiple loads, the improved ambient noise reduction feature in CAM delivers an optimal balance between cooling and system noise. Both H510i and H710i allow you to mount your graphics card vertically for further customization. Simply remove the vertical GPU mounting bracket cover, insert a riser cable into a PCIe slot, install the GPU onto the bracket, then connect the riser to your GPU. The updated NZXT H series is available in white, black, and black and red colors at all authorized retail locations. You can learn more about the latest evolution in the H series at
As a complete redesign of the classic O11 Dynamic, the O11D Evo is a combination of innovations inspired by the O11D XL, O11D Mini, O11 Air Mini, and of course, users' feedback. Starting from the outside, the mesh design at the top and rear of the case has been updated to provide wider areas for air to pass through, while still offering adequate dust filtration. The new pin mounting mechanism for the side panels means they can be removed without the need to first remove the top panel, eliminating an unnecessary step when trying to access the inside of the case. Additionally, both glass panels can be locked in place to prevent them from falling out during transport. At a depth of 468mm, a width of 285mm, and a height of 446mm, the O11D Evo is slightly deeper and wider than the original O11 Dynamic, giving it better compatibility for large components. In terms of hardware compatibility, the O11D Evo can support motherboards from Mini ITX to EATX, 420mm long GPUs, up to 360 or 280 radiators at the top and side, and 360 at the bottom, as well as a 120 radiator fan at the rear. One of the main features of the O11D Evo is its ability to be reconfigured into reversed mode. With everything included, this process can be completed in only a few steps. After removing all side panels, the aluminum and I/O module can be removed. You'll then be ready to remove the base of the case. Then flip the frame upside down. Make sure to relocate all internal parts, cable management bar, drive cage, and PSU support. At this point, the base of the case can be reattached to the frame, and all side panels can be inserted back in place. Just like this, users can reconfigure the airflow pattern of their system, benefit from a full view of their computer parts even when placed on their left. To make the front panel as clean and aesthetically pleasing as possible, Lian Li created a multi-directional button that can be pressed from both the front and side of the case. Right below the power button and move to the side of the case for a cleaner front panel are the reset button and the LED control button. Also, the front I/O, which includes a USB 3.1 Type-C, two USB 3.0 Type-A, and an HD audio mic port, had been designed into a removable I/O module. This module can be relocated from the front to the side and even rear without the use of any tools. Users also have the option to increase their I/O count with the additional I/O module kit, which doubles the USB port of the O11D Evo. And for users who prefer to have their case on the floor, an additional top I/O kit is available to relocate the original I/O into the top aluminum strip of the case. To ensure better air circulation while using a water cooling setup, an additional upright GPU kit has been introduced. This provides the user with an option to open up the main chamber and create a true chimney-style configuration when doing custom water cooling or using AIOs. To make the upright GPU kit work, careful attention to radiator clearance was taken to make sure there's no interference with radiator support. Therefore, the radiator mounting bracket has been moved closer to the side glass panel. This ensures radiators as wide as 130mm and fans as wide as 120mm can still be mounted when installing triple slot GPUs in the upright GPU kit. In addition, a brace has been engineered to prevent the upright GPU from moving around. Adjustable in multiple directions, the brace can support anything from thin water blocks to thick triple slot GPUs. And to further improve cooling, the additional mesh front panel kit can be installed to replace the front glass panel and provide direct airflow for systems with CPU cooling towers or systems with air-cooled upright GPUs. In addition to the mesh front panel, brackets are included to provide mounting support for 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans. And for users looking for a more traditional vertical GPU option, an additional vertical GPU kit is available. Its design has been inspired and improved upon the original vertical kit for the O11D. The kit's mounting location has been elevated, leaving up to 50mm of clearance for bottom radiators and fans, and can be raised up even further to allow up to 90mm of clearance for thicker radiators and fans. And for users who prefer horizontally mounted GPUs, the O11D Evo comes equipped with the GB001 anti-sag bracket, which is functional in both default and reverse layout. In the main chamber of the O11D Evo, even the top and bottom mounting brackets have been well thought out. Multi-purpose in design, each bracket can support either 4 SSDs, 2 HDDs, up to a 280 or 360 radiator, and 2 140mm fans or 3 120mm fans. Both top and bottom brackets are identical, which means they are interchangeable and feature a quick sliding mechanism for speedy installation and removal, and both brackets can be quickly secured in place with a thumb screw. Beside the motherboard, a reversible mounting bracket can support up to a 280 or 360 radiator and 2 140mm fans or 3 120mm fans. Secured in place by a toolless latch, the bracket in its original position provides support for an 84mm thick radiator fan combo and in reverse up to 121mm fan radiator combo. Moving to the second chamber of the O11D Evo, the space beside the motherboard can be fitted with a hard drive bracket that can take either 2 HDDs or 4 SSDs. Next to it, the cable management bar can support an additional 2 SSDs. And the perforated drive cage can support multiple configurations such as 2 HDDs or SSDs in the trays. An additional SSD can be mounted on the side of the drive cage. This location also supports a hub mounting, and at the top of the drive cage, the user can mount either a fan hub or a 60mm fan. In total, an impressive 9 SSDs or 6 HDDs and 3 SSDs can be mounted in 13 different locations in the O11D Evo. The cable management of the O11D Evo has also been modified. While tie points are available behind the motherboard tray for Velcro straps, a new hook-style cable management bar allows for easier cable placement by holding bulky cables under hooks and keeping cables in place while routing everything. Lastly, even the RGB strip of the O11D Evo has been revisited to improve its user-friendliness. In addition to being able to control the light effects of the RGB strip via the LED control button and via the motherboard software, it also features a header that can plug into the Uni-Hub, allowing it to be handled via L-Connect. With the O11D Evo, Lian Li hopes to simplify the PC building experience while offering a wide array of configurations that displays and cools the PC in the best fashion possible.
In order to keep the pole position in the world of full tower PC cases, as well as meet the demands of our high-end enthusiast fans, it was about time to upgrade the Darkbase Pro 900. The new generation, called Darkbase Pro 900 Rev 2, is available now, and I'm going to build a system with it and show you all the new features it has in store. Let's go!
The Darkbase Pro 900 Rev 2 is available in 3 color options: black, orange and silver. Also, the older model Darkbase 900, the one without the glass window, is still available. But this one hasn't received an upgrade, has got a simpler fan control, no Qi charger and no LEDs. But it's lower priced, of course.
The biggest new feature this new generation has to offer is plain to see the PSU shroud, which completely covers the bottom of the case, and the HDD covers, which make up for a tidier interior. And if you remove the tempered glass window, you will immediately see that it has been shaded at the bottom and the top, as you can see here and here, which nicely covers up parts of the case framing.
As our new build will be placed facing the left side of the wall, we are going to invert its interior, which is a piece of cake due to the astounding flexibility of the case. First, we are going to remove the motherboard tray, which, by the way, can now be used as a bench table. Next, we are detaching the shroud from the HDD tray, remove the PSU cover, unscrew the PSU mount, and detach the HDD tray and remove it. If you are interested in more details on how to invert your case, please watch the dedicated video we are linking to right now.
What looks like a totally butchered case is actually a very comfortable way of installing hardware components such as motherboard, CPU cooler, RAM and the power supply here without being confined in any way.
This way, it's really easy to install a power supply in its mount, connect the cables and put the whole package into place. Next on the agenda is the HDD tray, which can be placed in two ways, depending on whether you want to install a radiator in the front or need more space next to the motherboard. In this case, we choose the latter. By the way, the PSU shroud lets you remove its upper covers so that you can install an additional fan there. Also, you can place another SSD up on the shroud, which will be in full view thanks to the tempered glass window.
Of course, the Darkbase Pro 900 Rev2 is fully compatible with all common mainboard sizes like E80X, ATX and XL80X. If you mounted the mainboard on the tray, you can comfortably install the CPU, the RAM modules or the air cooler. As we decided to go with the water cooling system here, we are going to install the cooler later on inside the case. That's the easier way to do that.
The motherboard tray can be installed in 3 heights as well as completely inverted. Next, we are going to install the HD drives. Our new double cage has enough room for 2 of them. A third one is placed in a smaller cage above. Each cage could house 2 SSDs alternatively. Also, the cages can be configured in 7 different positions. And if you don't use all of them, you can cover these holes with our slot covers, which double as useful tools for perfect cable management. One of our SSDs is already seated on the PSU shroud. Another one will be placed on the back side of the motherboard tray. Never forget, the SSD is placed on the outside of its case, not the inside. And the generous space in our flagship case leaves nothing to be desired. The case offers enough room for all building requirements, including several graphics cards and a water cooling system. In this case, our trusty silent loop 360mm, which is never going to suffer from claustrophobia.
Due to our very sophisticated interior layout, our very powerful system with an i7-7820X CPU and a GTX 1080 graphics card can be cranked up to 11 as every possible overclocking and water cooling requirement can be met. And the massive amount of space as well as the noise absorbing outlets guarantee an excellent airflow.
Now it's time for some illumination. The LED strips lead us to another one of Rev2's improved features. Their LEDs are now 12 volts compatible and can be controlled from as well as synchronized with the motherboard. If you are not interested in that, you can also simply switch their 6 default colors by using the button on top of the case. The LED system can be expanded with additional strips as well as directly from the controller. The fan control has also been upgraded. Now you can connect up to 8 PWM fans there and have them run in 2 different modes, silence or performance, due to the separated rails. We choose to run 2 near inaudible 140mm Silentwings 3 fans in performance mode in front and the one in the back in silence, as we have the 3 fans on top of the radiator as additional outlets. Instead of a third fan, we are going to install a Blu-ray drive in the front so that we can use the PC as a full-fledged media system. And the final part now is the cable management.
Our final improvement, and with that our final build highlight, is the all-new I/O panel in the front, which offers a USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-C port. And as you copy movie after movie in a few seconds in the future, you can simultaneously charge your smartphone wirelessly with the integrated Qi charger on the top. The new I/O panel can also be used to speedily charge your favorite electronic devices due to the 3 ampere quick charging option in the front. Fully modular, fully flexible, the Darkbase Pro 900 Rev 2 really leaves nothing to be desired. There's a reason why our campaign slogan is "A million computers are waiting to be built," and hopefully one of them will be yours. Thanks for watching and stay quiet.